James, thanks for coming on, buddy. Appreciate you joining the show.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me, guys.
Yeah, man. We not too long ago, you stayed at the 79 Watch Mansion. You got some great content. We made a little video of it. Really appreciate it. Thanks for doing it.
Thank you for having me. That was awesome. That was a
Yeah.
great week.
So couple things. We noticed you on social media a couple years ago, and you're doing a lot of golf videos. A few of them had many tens of millions of views. Are you a golfer? How'd you get into that? Where'd your background come from? Give us a
Yeah,
little history here.
I am a golfer. I started playing golf my sophomore year of high school, and I started playing because I played baseball my entire life, and I loved it. I thought it was pretty good up until I hit, I think, like sophomore year, where everyone hit puberty, and I did not. So they were just levels better than I was. So I was upset. I was playing the bench. I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to play a new sport. So I picked up golf pretty quickly and kind of turned my baseball swing into a golf swing. And I was obsessed with it. I remember that entire summer, I would just go to the range every single day. And that's how I started playing. And then I did not do any golf comedy or golf content at all until about like 2 years ago. I was
Yeah.
doing comedy ever since college. Like I would do like TikToks online and sketch comedy. And then I posted one on a golf course and it did like way better than a lot of my other content. And then it kind of just clicked. I was like, oh my God, I have this niche of just doing golf sketch comedy. I'll just focus on that. And people really liked it. It was at the time, like after COVID, where golf was kind of blowing up. So I was like, all right, this is perfect.
The whole reason why we ended up getting that place down in Pinehurst is because we went down during COVID, golf was blowing up, and it's the first time that I'd ever been down to Pinehurst. I'm like, we need to get a place down here. This place is like heaven. It's amazing. Yeah. And then, the USGA moved their headquarters there. Then it's the anchor site of the US Open. So that was all blowing up. And, that's when I really started falling in love with golf. I played a little bit. But going down to Pinehurst and the Cradle, walking barefoot, playing 9 holes with music playing and drinks, they got the little bar out in the middle of the course. It was awesome. So that was kind of like my love affair with it. So, I mean, I'm actually jealous that you've been down there more recently than I have. To our own house. So, yeah, but that's awesome.
Yeah, Pinehurst is awesome. I love that spot so much.
Yeah. Did you get down there? So you're New Jersey, right? Did you ever get down that way when you were in high school? Did you play in like any tournaments or travel?
No, never. I think the first time I was in Pinehurst was for your guys to go to the house and shoot there.
Awesome.
I was there recently for another shoot. I got to play Talmore again. But yeah, I just got that feeling of just like, damn, I love this town. It's such like a nice, cute little town where like everyone's just loving to play the game, and everyone's like, you could just tell like everyone who's out to bars is just like they came straight from golf. Everyone's out there to just play golf. It's so fun.
So my dream is, we when the US Open's back in town, you and like Yip Strickler we had down there and all these like awesome content creators, if we have the house open for the US Open and just get everybody down there and just throw a bunch of stuff together, go see the US Open, maybe play a little golf, that'd be a blast.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
I'm there.
Yeah, James. So the other thing is, I've got to say, I watched your YouTube series, Shanked, which, by the way, the production level was excellent. Like, how did this thing come about? And in fact, I just watched the one with Owen Wilson. What is it called? Stick, I think. And I got to say, Shanked is better. All right. Stick.
Thank you so much.
Became a little far reaching on a couple of things, whatever. But I was very impressed. Absolutely hilarious, some of the episodes. How did that whole thing come about? Tell me about it.
Yeah, well, so while I was doing short form golf content, I felt like I was kind of missing this itch that I used to do, which I would always do, short films and stuff with my friends. We just write short films and then shoot them and then just post them to YouTube for whoever we wanted to see. And then sometimes we'd even submit them to film festivals. And I was like, damn, I kind of want to do that again, but maybe to a higher level, like where I already have this following and people like me for golf, or I could kind of combine the two of now, instead of doing short form comedy, maybe let's try to do a long form comedy that's centered around golf. So I wrote a pilot episode with my 2 best friends who are in the show. That it's Pat and Mikey who play Doug and Teddy.
Okay.
And we wrote a pilot episode and we're like, all right, we're going to like fly out our New Jersey crew to Los Angeles because we didn't know too many film people here. And I know absolutely they would work for free as long as they just stay and work on the show at our place, and they would be 100% down for that. So we finished the pilot episode, I remember, and we were like reaching out to a few country clubs to start shooting it, and we were like probably a week away or so of shooting it on our own. And then I got an email from a production company saying like, hey, we want to do a golf comedy, let's take a meeting. So I remember I took that meeting, and they were like, yeah, we want to do a golf comedy, but we have no idea what the show will be about. We just know we want to do a golf comedy, and you're a golf comedian online. So we thought, we'd pair the two. So I was like, okay, well, that's interesting, because we legit just finished writing a pilot episode, and like, oh, great. So we sent it over to them, and I was like expecting like a week or so to go by. And then the next day they're like, this is exactly the vibe which we want to shoot. Like, this is perfect. Yeah. Like, is this the only one you have written? I was like, well, yeah, we were only going to shoot one episode. It's like, well, we want to shoot somewhere between like 8 to 12 episodes. So we're like, oh, Jesus, like, perfect.
That's awesome.
The fact that we didn't have to put our own money into a pilot, let alone an entire season of TV, we were all like, absolutely, let's go with this production company. And we met so many awesome people. We met our one of our directors, Adam Duacek. He's fantastic, and I'm sure I'll be working with him for a lot more projects. But yeah, it just kind of felt, it worked so perfectly to the point where it's like, I feel like that's never happened in Hollywood, where it's like, oh, we made this, and then someone's like, we want to make this, and we make just 12 episodes of it.
So you did make 12? Yeah. Is that right?
We ended up making 8, but I think we are trying to write a second season right now. So either we get funding like that, or we end up on a streamer. I don't know what the situation will be with season 2, but we are writing a season 2 right now.
Where did you guys end up shooting?
Mainly at a par 3 in Simi Valley called Sinaloa, and it's like this rundown. It's an awesome course. Like, it's very fun, and it looks great on camera. But like, they just let us do whatever we want. We're like, hey, like, we need to put a cart in the water. Like, go for it. And just like, yeah,
that's great.
Yeah,
I always wonder about that. Awesome. Like, how much do you get a lot of, like, have you filmed a lot of these, like even some of your shorts on Instagram? Like, do you get a lot of pushback from country clubs? Are they kind of uncomfortable? Like, they don't really know what you're doing. They're trying to feel it out.
I usually never let them know that I'm shooting. I'll just show up with a tee time and then play a few holes, and I get in the middle of it, and then I let people play through. But there's a one course that I play at, Wilson and Harding, a lot, and I feel like they know what I'm doing now. It's like, they don't really mind. I also show up at like 5 p.m. So it's like, it's never really busy, and I'll always let people go in front of me, or like I'll wait until people are away from me to start shooting, so I'm not like disrupting anyone playing. So I've never had any problems like that. But I'm always stressed out about it, where I'm like, I'm going to get in trouble. The ranger's going to shut down my shoot, and then I'm not going to be able to post to TikTok today. And I'm just like,
I assume you're playing a full round, right? Or maybe like 9 holes. Like, have you ever been playing amazing, and you're like, I got to kind of focus on my round. Like, I might have a low round going. I got to
when I was doing YouTube,
do so much filming.
For the sketches, I'll literally show up to the course, pay for a tee time, skip to the second hole, and then shoot there, and then maybe play a few holes with my buddies who join me. But then most of the time, it's like I'm asking them to join in my videos after a long day of work. Like, they're just getting out of work, and I'm like, hey, let's go to the course and film. And they're like, all right, cool. So it's like they help, and then at that point they're like, all right, let's go home now. So it's like very much shooting, and then we'll go home. But for the YouTube, there were a few times where I would just do like an honest 9, or like 9 holes, 9 beers or something, and then for some reason I'm like playing really well. I'm like, damn, I should just focus on golf. And it's always stressful, because it's like trying to perform for the camera versus actually trying to play. And then when the camera's off, and then I just get to play, and I'm like, oh wow, this is actually so relaxing. I don't know why I'm always stressed out about this, because it's like, because I'm always shooting, I think was the answer for that.
How long do those episodes take to shoot?
We shot, I think it averaged like 3 days per episode, but we did we did the first season in 24 days.
Yeah.
So we shot last December, and then took a break for Christmas, and then came back in the end of January.
Okay, did y'all do like 3 weeks straight kind of thing, or do you guys take weekends off? Or
we did 5 days, and then the weekends off, and then back 5 days.
Yeah.
And then we did like 3 days the next round, and then we did the same thing the next month. I think it was like 2 full weeks and then 1 half week.
I mean, you guys got lots of followers from what I can see. I mean, it honestly is hilarious. And so, like, eventually the right people will see it, and you guys are going to show somewhere. That was great.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to do.
did you guys end up writing all the episodes, or did like once you wrote the first one, they jumped in and helped write some of the others, or what?
No, we wrote all 8. Yeah, we wrote it, I think, in the span of 2 months.
That was great.
It's got to be a grind.
It was an absolute grind, but it was so much fun. I remember just like kind of spending really long days with no episode idea and then leaving their office just absolutely brain fried, but like having a funny episode of TV, and we're like, oh wow, that was kind of mentally strenuous, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. It was such a good experience. I learned so much from it, and I'm so excited to do it again.
I've seen another guy. He's got like a mustache, big guy. He's always like flexing. He's pretty hilarious. Are you are you guys doing a lot of stuff together? Or is that a friend of yours? Or
yeah, I met him through improv, and I remember the first night I met him, he was like just a powerhouse. Like I was like, wow, this guy's absolutely going to be someone super famous one day. And I remember I met him. He had like maybe 10,000 followers at the time, and then he's just blown up doing his own content online. Even after Shanked, like he was like blowing up during and after Shanked. I think he's at like 330,000 followers right now, which is crazy.
Wow,
but he
awesome.
is one of the funniest guys I've ever met. Like he just like can give you lines without fucking up, like different versions of lines, like 15 times over, and they're all hilarious. But yeah, I met him through improv, and yeah, we've been filming. He's been in a bunch of my videos. I think we have a cool thing going called Cool Caddy, where we've done 2 videos on it, but people seem to really like that, where he's just like this insane caddy who wears like a leather jacket and short shorts and just gives me the worst caddy advice in the world.
yes.
But yeah, I'm trying to see if there's more stuff we could do. But yeah, I mean, other than Shanked, I think I'm just focused on continuing to write good golf sketches, and then even maybe get out of the box of golf a little bit, where just like maybe start doing normal sketches where it has nothing to do with golf too.
Yeah. So people out there that are interested in getting down your line of work, what's the revenue? Like, you didn't tell me what the revenue is, but like, how do you pay for all this? Are you getting sponsors, or what does that look like?
Yeah, for my own channel, it's just brand deals. I try to take. I don't really monetize any of my Instagram or TikTok because I just feel like it affects views, even though some people say it doesn't. But I'm just insane, and I think the worst always. But it's just brand deals. Like I've had the opportunity to work with some really cool brands, and they've liked my content, and I'm just to the point where I just kind of put them organically into my sketches, where it's like a product placement. Right now I'm working with 5 Hour Energy, and they're just so much fun to work with, and honestly awesome to have. It's like a cool, like whenever I'm tired and I'm just about to do a shoot, I'll just drink the 5 Hour Energy drink and be wired for the shoot. And but yeah, they've been like really easy to work with and very fun. Like I remember there was like the first 2 sketches I pitched to them. I was like, they're not going to go for this. These are a little dumb or weird and out there. And they're like, no, we love it. Go for it. And they've been doing pretty well. So
it's awesome.
Yeah, it's just awesome. Organic brand placement in my videos.
Now, are you reaching out to those guys? Are they reaching out to you? Do you have like a dream sponsor?
Yeah, I think for clubs, a dream sponsor would probably TaylorMade. I love TaylorMade and been playing their driver for quite some time. But I get why they wouldn't sponsor a guy like me right now. I feel like they're working with like Grant Horvat or the good guys of golf. But most of the times I'll do some reaching out. I think it's a mix of both. Like there are brands that I really want to work with that I reach out to, and then we'll go back and forth. But then I'll get a gifting, which is also awesome. It's like, we're not doing any sponsorships right now, but here's free clothes. I'm like, perfect. Love that.
That's awesome.
But yeah, dream sponsorship. I want a club. I want a club deal really bad. But I also don't do enough actual playing where a club deal will be like, is he good? Is he a good golfer? Is he not? Like I don't see this guy play. So maybe I should start pumping out some content where I actually do play.
Yeah, I wonder what their prototypical kind of sponsor target is. I don't know. It's a good question. I mean, it's definitely not me and Latney with 79 watch. I'll tell you that. I mean, they don't want to see guys shooting in the mid 80s over and over again.
Bob does sports. I mean, they're killing it.
Yeah, we were at the Barstool Classic last week, and I had volunteered John to sing the national anthem because he actually has an amazing voice. And,
really?
So he absolutely murdered it. And Barstool Classic posted on their Instagram channel the Anthem of the Year was in Virginia by John Kinzer, and
that's awesome. I got to look at that.
You got to listen to it. We'll send it to you afterwards.
Barstool Classic was 9 a.m. on Tuesday. They sent an email out. I don't know what happened, if they didn't have a plan or somebody fell through. I come home, check my email. There's this whole chain of Barstool reached out to everybody. Does anybody want to sing a national anthem? Latney says, yes, John does. And then Volin told me that I'm singing the national anthem. I come home and I'm like tired. I'm like, I got to get up at, whatever, 7 a.m. to get out to this Barstool event, show up. And we told the story earlier. I was talking to Latney, but so it was a shotgun start at 9. I get there at 8:37. I'm like, I got to go to the range, like hit a couple balls, hit a couple irons. I get my driver out, hit my driver. The face pops off my driver.
Oh,
so I'm like, my God. It was the stealth.
Oh, yes. Man.
And I will say, TaylorMade they're like one of the only ones that have a 2-year warranty. So they replace it. No questions asked, as long as you show them, original purchase date and all that stuff. So I'm not really worried about it. I love that club to death. But yeah, face popped off. And then I got to like get in the car and get back and then sing the national anthem. And then I'm like, the whole time I'm like, don't forget the fucking words. Don't forget the fucking words. And I always tell myself, I've sung it a couple of times in different venues. But I'm like, you can usually find people in the crowd where if you feel like you're going to fumble the words, like I'm going to lock on to like Latney and like watch his mouth and I'll see that, because you can kind of delay it a little bit. But everybody was in their golf carts, like far away from me. So I was pretty puckered up for that one, but it all worked out.
That's amazing. I really cannot wait to see this. This is going to be great.
He was saying his biggest fear was Office Space, the Michael Bolton, where Michael Bolton actually forgot the national anthem.
Michael Bolton sang, it was probably like 20 years ago. He sang a national anthem. Why they would get a Canadian to sing our national anthem at an American baseball game, I don't know. But he forgot the words in the middle, and like everybody started booing him, and he's like looking down like this, trying to remember. He looked like an asshole. It just reminded me of Office Space. And he's like, Michael Bolton, that guy's a fucking douchebag.
That's great. So you didn't know you were singing it until like legit the night before?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He's very mad at me. He's like, why would you submit that? I was like, you have the best angelic voice ever. You're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. But I never thought about things like forgetting words and, maybe not in the best vocal shape that morning. Who knows? But I mean, he figured it out. He's a great talent.
I told Latney, I went like some people count sheep when they go to bed. I'm just going to bed like reciting the lyrics over and over again in my head. I'm like flashing back to the 4th grade when I had to sing the national anthem over the PA, in elementary school.
Oh, yeah. Have you always been a singer?
Yeah. I mean, I ever since I was a little kid started playing. I play everything. Like I started playing the upright bass, the trumpet, the piano. Nice. I played the tuba, like a bunch of instruments, and just always sang. Always enjoyed it. I've never really like done anything with it, a band in high school, whatever. But no, I've always have enjoyed it, and you kind of got thrust into it at another event that we had. So I'm always down to make a fool of myself if I have to, and go try something out.
All right, James, this is for your writing abilities. On your next Shanked show, you're going to need a singer that can hit the ball 350 yards. John's your guy.
100%. Yeah. This is all I'm just taking notes right now.
Maybe left and right.
He was one of the top-ranked tight ends going to the NFL, and he couldn't play in the NFL because of spinal stenosis. But he's still a great athlete. So if you need that for any reason, you just write that in your script.
Amazing.
Speaking of that, the one thing I looked at your LinkedIn before we got on this. My favorite job experience you have in there, because you and I share this together, is golf course maintenance.
Yes. Best job ever.
Dude, I always tell everybody, if the money made sense, I would work that job every day. I get up first thing in the morning, go jump on a mower, go put some lines in the fairway, go mow some greens. It was my favorite. I did it in college after I stopped playing. And because I heard if you worked, you got paid minimum wage, you got free hot dogs for lunch, and you could play free golf. I'm like, I'm in. Yeah. And it was awesome. I love that job so much.
Yeah, it was so cool. And I remember the course that I worked at, it was like it was like on the side of a mountain. So every time the sun was coming up, I'd be on like hole 4 or 5, either mowing or blowing the fairways. And it was just like it was like I'm living in a painting right now. This is amazing. Listening to music too, it's like the greatest. I loved that job.
That's exactly how I would describe it, man. Just put your headphones in, turn some music on. You see some deer like prancing through the fairway. The sun's coming up. There's some fog. Yeah. Yeah, it's really it could be. I mean, golf, and I actually this morning I was driving in. I drive by a golf course every day when I head into the office, and it was one of those like foggy mornings, but a crystal clear blue sky, and it was
Yeah.
just like it does. It just looks like heaven. It's so
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So
That's amazing.
I think we're kindred spirits with the golf course maintenance.
Yeah.
In our past experience.
So improv stuff, you still doing a lot of improv, and is that part of, yeah?
Yeah, I'm on a house team in Hollywood called the Pack Theater, and we have shows every second and fourth Sunday, and then we just do like random shows here and there. Me and my team will just hop on a buddy's show. It's like, hey, we need an improv team. We're like, all right, we're down. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's also humbling at times where it's like if you have a bad set, you just drive home like gripping your steering wheel in silence. You're like, what the hell am I doing right now?
Yeah.
I was just bad at playing pretend with adults for an hour. And but when the good shows happen, you're like, all right, that was so fun. That was electric. That's why we do it.
That's awesome. And then you still doing stand up too?
A little bit. I want to get back into it a little bit more. I have a few bits I want to try, but I think as soon as we started the Shanked writing and like when we were in production, I kind of just literally did not have time to do it. And even when I was doing it, I was like, I don't love this as much as I do love doing acting and, sketch writing and stuff like that. So I feel like I was just doing it as a tool to kind of exercise and become a better writer or even just become more comfortable being on stage. But now I'm kind of missing it a little bit more. So I do absolutely want to try to get back into it. But it's such a different feeling than just, versus improv or sketch when you're up there with a bunch of friends and you're kind of sharing the scene together and, you have support behind you. Whereas like stand up, you're just completely alone. If you suck, you suck. And if they love you, they love you. But
it's gotta be tons of pressure in that situation. Just like, fuck,
sure.
There is nothing I can do to save you.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the golf stuff, like I was watching the video with Grace you did recently, and that's kind of like improv, right? You're just kind of playing around, and things come up, and crack a couple jokes, and then I was giggling when you were talking about birdie cream.
Oh yeah,
and creaming on the lens, and then you're like, God, my mother's probably watching this right now. How are your parents? Did you grow up in like a comedic home? Were they actors? Like, was it just you? What was that whole upbringing?
It was kind of just me acting like a moron all the time, but they were so supportive of it. I mean, they love the shenanigans. I grew up with two brothers, so it was a madhouse. I was a middle child.
Yeah.
But my younger brother's pretty funny, and my older brother, we would just annoy because it was funny. So there's a lot of that going on. But yeah, I feel like I probably just was craving attention constantly in that house where I was like, I got to do something funny. And I think that's kind of what got me into doing all this stuff. But no, they are not actors or in the world of entertainment. They are, I think, both accountants, but super into what I'm doing now. I mean, they are so excited about Shanked. And I remember I was back home for a family reunion, and the next episode was coming out that Sunday, but I had to watch for notes. So I got to watch an episode with my parents before it came out. And they were just laughing so hard. It's like, oh, cool. This is great. I'm so happy you guys are like into this right now. It's very cool.
Yeah. And so, but obviously you were great in it. Your friends were hilarious too. There's one that was like the mushroom one was absolutely hilarious. But so, and all of those guys are just kind of friends of yours that are kind of want to be actors, or have any of them made it before this, or are you guys just kind of putting out your first thing together?
I think this might be our first thing. I know we had some cameos. I guess Blake Weber, who plays Luke in the show, he has a lot of good stuff going on. I think he just he has an alien character that's been crushing, and I don't know if they're making a show about it, but last time I heard they were. Cool. But I guess that he's kind of more established. But I think everyone else in the show would probably this is our first major thing, I would say.
Awesome.
At least writing wise, for me, Pat, and Mikey, this is definitely the biggest thing that we've ever done. And I know Mitzi, who plays Sophie, is hilarious, and she also wants to be an actor, so she's loving the process too. So I think this is her first kind of big step where she's in a major series, I guess.
Awesome, man. That's great. John, you got anything else?
Well, I've got my question I always ask everybody when you have your videos on, who would be your dream collaborator to have out there play around with?
Yeah, oh God. I would say as of right now, probably Jason Bateman, because everyone always says I look like him, and I know he's kind of like into golf a little bit.
Yep.
So just to be able to shoot the shit with him and, get to talk to him and just pitch him idea, because my name in the show is Connor Bateman. I know we haven't said the last name yet. We'd say it in episode 7, but we just set it up just in case we ever get Jason Bateman. Like in this world, Jason Bateman plays Jason Bateman, but he's my dad. So just
awesome.
Something funny.
We're gonna spam Jason Bateman with this podcast.
100%. I would say probably Jason Bateman.
We'll tag TaylorMade and Jason Bateman, and we'll get them.
Please do
step it up a little bit.
Oh man, that'd be amazing.
Awesome.
That would be a lot of fun to see.
Right?
It's good, like, and especially when you see guys who are like, you've seen in so many, shows and episodes of movies, and then like you're like, oh, they play golf too, and like, it's very exposing, which is great. It really kind of shows a side of people you don't really get to see when they're out on the golf course and just talking. I think it's why, people love watching you. I think it's why, Bryson has been successful when he has like Adam Sandler on and, all these other golfers, and they get to just kind of have a conversation. That format has been really successful. So that would be awesome. We got to get him out there, Latney. We got to find out, pull some strings and see who knows who.
Yes, please do. That'd be amazing.
Hey, one last question of Shane, because I was just wondering this.
Yeah.
When you can watch the episodes in any order, I assume. Is there actually an order? Because on YouTube, it's kind of like it's hard to tell. Like, it doesn't say like episode 1, 2, or 3 or anything like that.
Yeah, the production company did that for the reason being like if for some reason one of them blows up or like has a good algorithm push, like if they see episode 3 and they haven't seen episode 2, they're more likely to not click on it. Yeah. But you could watch it in any order. I think it's a very episodic show. I think the order that it's coming out isn't even the order that we wrote it and intended it in.
Yeah.
It's kind of just mixed and moved, and there's like a vague storyline throughout where it's, the golf course is kind of failing and we have to do our best to help, keep it in function. Yeah. And obviously we're not doing that because we're just a bunch of degenerates who are running this golf course. But I don't think there's any specific order that you really have to watch it in.
Cool, man. Well, for those out there that haven't seen it, highly recommend it. It's fucking hilarious. And
thank you.
Luck with everything you do in the future, man. If you ever want to stay at the Pinehurst house, and you should have a Shanked reunion at the Pinehurst house.
Yes, right? I would love to. I'm definitely coming back to the house. I swear that was one of the greatest weeks. I actually had my buddies come down just to help film and be in videos, and then I had my family, like my mom, my dad, come down. I was like, I'll just do 9 holes, 9 beers with my dad, and then he'll get a nice little vacation out of this. It'll be great. And God, awesome. they literally texted me, I think like 2 weeks ago. It's like, when are we going back to North Carolina? You got to get us back.
Yeah, man.
We have a good.
Let us know. Let us know. We'll get them down. Doors are always open for you, man.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Next time I'm there, I definitely want to shoot a lot of sketches. I feel like I found my calling a little bit after I was shooting at your place, but I think sketches at your place, there's so much to do there.
That's awesome, man.
Awesome.
Well, appreciate you coming on, and good luck with everything, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for having me.